We are joined by the great, the one and only Erika Kirk. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks. It's surreal to actually be sitting because last time I was standing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Just to sit. It's a little more emotional.
Yeah. Well, you are rightly at the head of the table, and we're just so honored to have you here. I know that you have been, to say that your life has been a whirlwind would be the understatement of the century, and to make time for Charlie's audience and to speak to them, I know that they can't wait to hear from you, and just to see you in this room probably means a lot to them. And you've been up against so much, and you've been doing an incredible, incredible job. The number of messages I've heard just complimenting you and your dignity and your poise and your strength has been overwhelming. And yeah, we're just so glad you're here.
No, I'm grateful. I mean, I know we talked about this. We prayed on it. We really tried to discern properly how to go about the next few stages and steps of everything, and we've been very intentional in a way that always keeps Charlie first and his dreams alive and his legacy going. And what's so beautiful is to see all of you step in and do that. And so part of the reason why I agreed to come on, because this is not going to be a forever thing of me being on hosting the show, was because I gave assurance to people that Turning Point USA is continuing, and it is. I mean, we are so blessed to have more work than we even could ever dream of. I mean, it's beautiful, and Turning Point Action, full steam ahead, so powerful. All of the other programs within Turning Point USA, everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone has their marching orders. And the show, when we talked about this, became very intimate for me because I was there from the beginning of all of it. And I'll never forget 2020 when literally the world stood still. And Charlie and I would go hiking every morning. And we would just talk about what life, the crazy things going on. And we came home from one of our hikes that season, and my mom pulled him aside in the kitchen, and she goes, "Honey," they had a very good relationship. My mom and Charlie were best friends. We joked around I know. We joked around that he was the favorite child. But she loved him, still loves him. And she said, "You know what, honey?" She said, "God has blessed you with an amazing voice, and you will be the Rush Limbaugh of your generation." And 2 days later, you and him engaged in conversations about the show and about the podcast.
Well, it was, hey, we're going to be doing about 5 more episodes a week now. So just tell the team and make sure that happens.
3 hours of this, 2 more hours of podcasting. Like and he ran with that, and the team ran with it. And to see the Charlie Kirk Show grow from that moment until now has been so humbling and beautiful. And he loved every single day. He read every email. Yeah. I know you guys have said that so many times, but I can vouch for that because there were times where he would forward me some of the emails that he would get, and he wouldn't even say anything. He would just forward the email. And to me, it was almost like an extended form of family where you guys were the pulse point of, and the connection point of Turning Point USA, TPAction, the Charlie Kirk Show. It was a triple threat. And the audience was the master and main component of that. Because Charlie and the Charlie Kirk Show is not just a show.
Yeah.
It has a movement attached to it. It has the youth movement attached to it. And so for Charlie, the audience was a barometer of what do we need to be focusing on? The audience is brilliant. How many times did a listener send in something and say, hey, this is going on. You need to dig deeper in this or check this out. And Charlie's show became and still is, and I'm going to get there in a second, but Charlie's show became the North Star for freedom of speech, but in a way where when he spoke and whatever came across his desk or whatever he put on the air was right.
Yes.
It wasn't inflated. It wasn't awkwardly optimistic that had no leverage behind it. It was the gold standard.
It was grounded in the
extremely grounded
wisdom of the audience.
But not only that, he had a team, still does, all of you, that was the sounding board of that. And collectively, each one of you are a piece of his brain. I know we've talked about this. Blake, economics, foreign policy. Andrew, pretty much a lot of stuff. Mikey, humor, Christianity, sports, youth social, pop culture was Daisy. Like everyone has a piece of his brain that still lives on. Yeah. And so what I'm getting at here is the Charlie Kirk Show is not going anywhere. My husband's voice will live on. The show will go on. We will have rotating hosts, rotating casts, rotating people coming on.
We've got some great people next week.
Unbelievable. We will have consistency. The members only group will continue to go on. All of his socials that God has blessed us with, the people who follow those socials will go on. Nothing is changing. But I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like weird.
Cringy.
We're not cringe. We're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing. And anyone who does that's like morbidly off. Yeah. That's not what's happening. What's happening is the team is keeping this alive because we have Charlie in each and every one of us. Yes. And it is going to be continually the North Star of the conservative movement, of the voice of the youth, of the voice of the base, and that will not end. And the members only will continue to grow, and that will be the tight-knit network of family members that supported and loved Charlie and the team. And that's what it is. It's a family and a team. And this is not going anywhere. It's just not. We need to be able to have people have a show where they can ask questions. Hey, I'm up against this. What would Charlie say? And we play a clip of what Charlie said a month ago, a year ago. We have decades worth of my husband's voice. We have unused material from speeches that he's had that no one has heard yet. We have Sunday specials lined up to the brim because my husband was so intentional about making sure that there was enough content. Always.
Yeah. He made sure we recorded everything.
Everything.
He would not do a speech unless we could get the video and the
100%. So we have speeches that no one's heard of. We have interviews that no one's heard of. We have stuff from Korea and Japan that no one's heard of.
Podcasts.
So, I mean, in the words of my husband, buckle up, because there is a lot of content to be had. And we have so many amazing things down the pipeline that we are working on currently that will
unveil in due time.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
And so,
and by the way, those are things Charlie himself
that he wanted.
He wanted. We were working on some big things, right up until the end, and we've talked about that a lot. Like a lot of the guiding vision that we're using right now to kind of steady the ship and figure out where we're going is the things Charlie himself
100%.
Told us where we were going.
100%. And similar with Turning Point USA, Charlie had a plan moving past 2030 that he's shared with the team and has implemented. So we're not going anywhere.
We have the blueprints.
We have the blueprints. We have our marching orders, and we are just remaining humble and grateful to God, and we're remaining just stewards to what God has blessed us with. And I know Charlie's going to continue to guide us, and the Lord will continue to guide us. And I just wanted to let everyone know that this is far beyond any of us sitting in these chairs. This has nothing to do with us. It never will. The glory all to God on that front. And I just am excited. It's weird to say excited, but it's also very surreal to say it because I know that God will use all of this in a way that will glorify him, further Charlie's legacy. And Charlie's up in heaven just
he's rooting us on. I know that.
He's so rooting us on.
Yeah. And
I know.
I want to ask you just a little bit about, because this is something we wrestled with the social accounts. And I'll never forget when you looked at me and you were like, Andrew, he cared so much about building those up. I'm not letting those die. And I just remember being like, yes, thank you. I needed to hear that because it is a little awkward. Now we're not going to use it for like random stuff, but for very specific things.
For his voice, for things he cared about, for movements he cared about, for causes he cared about, those socials. And also, too, to support Turning Point USA, to be the barometer of what's going on, to be the pulse point. Again, we're not going to be posting, I went for a walk today. Like, No, we are using his socials in a way that will continue to honor his legacy. He poured so much time into building those, not from a vain or vanity standpoint or look at me. That's never why he built those. That he built those because he knew that being a voice for the Lord and being a voice for everything that is good and beautiful in this world, and also, yes, the youth, he used that as the North Star, and we will continue that. And it'll be done tastefully, it will be done appropriately, and I'm excited for all of it because we have a good team.
You have every right to be.
We have
After
a good
everything
team.
that you've been through, what the team has been through, to see it's like I keep saying, Charlie's almost sprinkling his little Charlie Kirk magic dust on everything, and I mean that in a very Christian sense. That Charlie lived such a remarkable life, and his mission was so big that in death you cannot contain it. It unleashes something even greater, and it's on us. And Charlie would look at us and expect us to do the right things here. And I would say, look at the memorial.
I know.
The memorial is the proof point that the team that Charlie put together can do the impossible, and God's blessing was on that. So there were so many prayers, and I know you feel the prayers because I feel them. If I feel them, you must be feeling them like 100x.
I feel them. All of them matter, and we will never be silenced.
Amen.
We will never be silenced. Amen. And that's why continuing his platform in a beautiful, honorable way will reinforce that we will never be silenced.
Well, let's take a quick break. I'm not going to promise that she's still going to be here, but maybe she will be. We're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. We're joined by the one, the only, Erika Kirk. Thank you and she, of course, stuck around. She's like, I'm not going anywhere. What are you talking about? I was like, I just didn't want to, listen, whatever you want. So we have gotten so many questions about these little toys, the puppets, and what they are. Figurines. We, of course, know what they are, but why don't you tell the audience what they are?
Every day when Charlie would go into the office, he would see our daughter, and she would just be playing, and she would look at him. She watched the show every day. She couldn't email, but this was her version of emailing. Every day she'd watch the show, and she did it because Daddy would take the item that she gave to him and have it on the show with him. And sometimes he would say, like, this is the item that my daughter gave me. Sometimes he wouldn't, just to see if she was really watching. And so when he would come home, she would be like, Daddy, I saw the puppet on the show today. Daddy, I saw the moose on the show today. Daddy, you brought baby Buff on the show today? Like, so that was their little connection point and he loved it too, because it was a little piece of her that he could have with her on the show. But those little moments of
and I loved it
connection.
Too, because Charlie was known for so many things, and I think people just love seeing that side of him.
It humanizes him.
Yeah.
And he's a father. He's unbelievable husband, but father, and loved his babies. And he wasn't embarrassed by that.
He was so proud of it.
Yeah, if Gigi made him something, or if she puts a sticker on his shirt or a sticker on his face or gave him a figurine to bring to work, he did it and he loved it. He didn't care what other people thought.
Committed.
No, he loved. He didn't. I don't think it even occurred to him to think about what somebody else thought about that. No. So we talked about kind of some of the things we wanted to just say in this last segment, and I really believe, and you knew this so well, of how much this audience meant to him. And I said this actually in my speech at the memorial, that you in the audience were his firewall, because you gave him so much confidence when he would go in these fancy rooms and with these fancy people and these elites, and they would say, well, this is the way it is, this is the way it is. He knew they were wrong because of you in the audience.
Yeah.
And you always would send him freedom@charliekirk.com. And we want to commit to you right here and now on this show. And you're going to be part of this.
100%.
That we are going to read all of the emails just as we have always done, that you
All of
send to
them.
freedom@charliekirk.com. It might be rule by committee. It might be sort of, I get to some of them, Mikey gets to some of them, Erika gets
But
to
they
some.
will be read.
But they will be read.
We'll get to it.
We will
All
get
of
to
them.
it. All of them.
And you guys were so important to him. And we were talking about this in donor meetings, in private meetings, even at the White House. When people would be wrong about something, he would double down, and he would say to them, no, you don't understand. You are wrong about this. I'm in touch with my audience. I read their emails every day.
Yeah, so proud
they
of it.
don't like what you are doing. Fix it.
Yeah.
And so
He's
we're going to
very
do
proud
that.
of
We're committed to
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
He's very proud of that.
And I just also want to say thank you to the audience, because in
Yes.
the days immediately after, I mean, we looked at each other a couple of times going like, what are we going to do here? And so many of you guys signed up to become members, members.charliekirk.com. So many of you bought the T-shirts at charliekirkstore.com, that you gave us this breathing room in this really hard time. And it was like, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we've got a show. We don't know what but we committed to the staff. We're going to keep you. We're going to keep you. And you committed to him
I
very
did.
clearly. Maybe say something.
I
about
said,
that.
you're not going anywhere. You can choose to leave. Any of you can choose to leave, but you are a part of the Charlie Kirk family, Charlie Kirk Show family, and we need you. Each one of you serves a purpose and a role. And again, if the enemy tries to come in and divide, you'll be able to see that very clearly, but we will all remain a united front, and this
Yeah.
show will continue.
I mean, a little behind the scenes here. Erika did that speech where I'm standing right now on the podium, somehow got through that, her national address. Then she walks out there to where all of our staff are, and she then goes on to do another speech to all the staff, telling them, you're not going anywhere. We're keeping the lights on. We're doing everything.
Yeah.
I mean, watching that, I was blown away.
I think we
how
were
you
all
did
inspired.
two
We
back to
knew
back.
that Charlie chose well, Erika.
Yeah.
And you chose well.
Yeah.
You both
Yeah.
chose well.
God
And
is good.
the world is seeing your love affair in a new way. So
Yeah.
final seconds to you.
I just am very proud of all of you. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for the audience. And I'm really looking forward to how this show is going to continue to be blessed and continue to be a voice for all of Charlie's causes and continue to just empower and enhance the legacy of my husband. And I'm just
And
so grateful.
We are going to do everything we can to be worthy of that. Thank you, Erika Kirk.
God bless you.
We'll see you next time.